Rest of our invited drivers on the grid, you actually have to go back to Alex Davison in P15. Let's take a look at how they line up, though, for the 14th race of the season. Tim Brook, Drew Ridge, they're on row 3. Josh Hunter and Adam Gowan's next. Kane Baxter-Smith and Zach Lascalpo's having a really good weekend. He sits in the top 10. Qualified ninth, finished 10th in race 1. David Cedars, there he is. He moved up yesterday, qualified poorly in 18th. He finished 11th. He's second in the points, but he needs a lot of help to win this title.
He does, and he did a really good job, kept it really clean yesterday, made 7 positions, but this morning I think he needs to come out and seriously attack and try and make up that ground in the first 3 laps. And those cars involved in that accident yesterday start down the back. Jonathan Webb, Dylan Golson and John Iaffola. Bumped into Dylan last night. He said, I'm starting from the next suburb. It's that far away. We'll have to give him a bit of a run-up to get going onto Australia Avenue. Here is Jonathan Webb in car number 17. He's carrying those Kermit green colours. I think a lot of people thought from the instance where you saw 17 in green that he's carrying a Dick Johnson livery, but it's actually what Peter Williamson carried on the Toyota dealer team Celica back in 1980 and 81. A range of Willows cars are here. He passed away sadly at the start of the year, but he's an icon, not just of Aussie motor racing, but of motor racing television, the first man to carry the race cam system. Bit bigger than the little camera that Alex Davison's got in his car. It's unbelievable. I love looking at the old footage of that, the old race cam, and just the drivers has got a huge camera next to him, and now, like you said, we've got little GoPros, so we do owe him a massive thank you for what he did for our sport. So it's amazing to see how far it's come. And there's a range of his cars here in the paddock this weekend in the Toyota 86 paddock. So forming up here, we could crown a champion in this race. Will Brown to start from pole position, the young gun from Toowoomba. There is Jonathan Webb in the number 17 car lining up down near the back. It has been one heck of a year for him. 12-hour win in February. Bathurst 1000 win with Will Davison in October. But if he can win this one, he'll be the ultimate miracle man. 13 laps, slightly longer distance than yesterday's race. Race 14, the penultimate one of the Toyota 86 Racing Series. Who can get the jump down Australia Avenue to turn 1? The 2-litre 4-cylinder Toyotas are off and running. This time Cam Hill makes another good jump, but he's trying to sneak across. The poleman's made a better jump today than he did yesterday. Top 2 have got away. The rest are fighting among themselves. Tim Brook down the inside. Will he go for it? Yes, he will. He's up on the curb. They all give one another room, and they make it through for this long run down to turns 2 and 3. The tight chicane. This is where it bunches up. It does. You can see the 2 leaders have made a great start, but we got a massive accident. Big crash here. Matthew Brabham's involved. Alex Davison, John Iaffola, Bradley Glasson, James Wilkins. That's Daniel Rainui up against the wall on the left of screen. And track is blocked. The track is completely blocked. Callum Jones to the left. Damage for Graham Smith as well. He's had it from the, he's got front and rear damage. There is a small gap for the traffic to get through, but there's debris everywhere. There's coolant, red flag, race stop, no surprise there. And this is going to cause a real drama. This will take a long time to clean up. Medical team straight away on the scene, being the first lap of the race. It's going to be hard here to pick up what's going on, but I reckon there's someone down the inside there that's got into the inside of Alex Davison, spun him, and then, oh boy, Matthew Brabham launched completely off the ground. I mean, who did what where? It's really hard to tell from that angle. So there's Alex spinning. Whoever just gets around Alex coming through on the right there's turned him round. Not sure who that is. And then from then, it's just a car park pile up. Okay, this might tell us more. This is with Matthew Brabham. Oh, Duncan Harrison down the inside. He hits Davison. And Brabham's getting hit from behind. He gets launched. Wrong place, wrong time for Matty. Oh, this is with Alex. That's Ben Grice to the right. Alex is just minding his own business at this point, and he's going to get a big whack in the door. That was Graham Smith head on into Alex, who couldn't avoid him, and Matthew Brabham was getting pushed from behind. This is with Jonathan Webb starting at the back. Oh boy, he saw it all. This time, thankfully.
This time he was able to sneak past an accident rather than get into it. Real drama there. Red flag is out here at Sydney Olympic Park. The car's being taken back to pit lane. The race is stopped on the first lap. Will Brown, though, is all alone. He's gone back to the grid. Everybody else has gone back to pit lane. So this is just to cause a little bit of confusion to the entire situation. Jonathan Webb has managed to escape all of that drama down at turn one. Webby, you started 30th, you're 22nd after that. Probably not the way that you would have thought you would do that.
No, absolutely not. Yeah, it actually all went pretty smooth yesterday, so I was hoping it'd be much the same, but I thought, if nothing else, I'm just sit back here, stay out of trouble for the first lap and see what happens. And just when I thought we're all through in one piece, I was about to grab a gear and off I go. There's a car sideways and up in the air in front of me, which I think was Matty Brab, so not ideal way to start.
Your car was damaged yesterday when you just couldn't avoid an accident in front of you. Is it back? It looks okay from the outside here. The guys have done a pretty good job.
Yeah, the boys at Toyota have done an awesome job, but thankfully it wasn't too bad. It's just a bit of a tidy up, front bar, radiator, a few little things. So thankfully got a reasonable night's sleep, and car feels like brand new again today.
Tell me too, I know you've had a fantastic year, the 12 hour, the 1,000. This is a bit more of a fun weekend, but you're here not just to race, you're here to help some of these young guys, but because they drive these cars all the time, they're damn fast.
Yeah, they are exactly that. I mean, I thought I'll just come out here, have a bit of fun, stay out of trouble, but, you know, I've undoubtedly got a competitive side of me, so I wanted to push on, and thought I put a reasonable lap in first practice, came back and I was 2 seconds off the pace. So P2, I thought I'll step it up a bit, and I was able to qualify in the top 10 and sort of stayed there until I got caught up yesterday. But no, these young guys obviously had a good year and certainly pushing on.
Hey, Webby, it's Nick Percat. Can you just give us a little insight what it's like to drive this car? Obviously, it's on a road-based tyre, obviously a road car, compared to what you're used to, say, let's compare it to the McLaren, massive downforce slicks. Yeah,
probably the easiest thing, rather than saying what's similar, is start working through what's different, which is pretty much everything. So, no, it's extremely different for me. Obviously, I've only ever driven a supercar around this place before, and first thing I was worried about is, you know, how we're going to go on curves, but I can't believe how strong these things are. We're just belting off things, bashing into everything, and
we've noticed,
and they're copying it. They're copying every single bit of it. But you know, aero, you know, no downforce, just hang on, all 100 kilowatts of the rear wheels. And the thing that took me a bit to get used to was definitely the tyre. You know, just when you think, you know, it's starting to understeer, there's no grip left.
Webby, look left.
Oh, hello. There you are. I'm actually looking at the big screen down on the road. So
oh, that's you. That's you, by the way.
Yes.
Oh, right. Yeah. I'm about to look at the accident, which is going to be a big one, I'm sure.
Or you can maybe commentate it for us, and we can just sit back here. Have a look. Keep watching, because we're just going to, through the wonders of television, roll this up for you so you can see who's done what to where and who and how. Talk me through this.
But I can't see it right now. The guy just walked in front of me. Now I can't see the screen.
I can tell you roughly what's happened. I'm not sure who it was, but Alex pretty much got kamikazed, and then he was in the middle of the road, and the next 6 cars had nowhere to go.
And look, yeah, that's pretty much the bit I saw. Unfortunately, that was us from yesterday.
Yep.
And there's a guy in a green car just sneaking on through, looking at it all, wondering, was a nice 8 positions.
Yeah. Well, I said I was just back to second, thought, right, I'm going to do a big reverse move here, hard left, get them all up the inside, and yeah, there was Alex sideways. I could see Matty Brab's roof while I was looking at him.
Yep.
Yeah, obviously wasn't ideal.
Good news is it looks like everyone is okay from what thankfully was a relatively low-speed accident, because everyone was, of course, at the pace just coming out of turn 1, so it's a bit of a clean-up required. We're looking again on board with Alex Davison in car 42, who was turned around here. If you just look down the inside, wait for it. There's the hit that starts the whole thing. Graham Smith can't avoid. Matty Brabham's behind and launches off the side. And there's a couple more cars involved who just have nowhere to go, really, here.
Can you see this on board of Brab's, Webby? Watch his head. He'll have a headache in the morning.
Yeah, I couldn't believe how quickly that thing just into the side of the thing, up and over. Yeah, it was a big hit.
The best thing is, him and Alex within like 5 seconds went to pluck a gear.
Yeah, typical. Supercar. I was the same yesterday when I was heading towards the wall. I think I already had reverse gear before I actually hit the car.
We did notice
Yes,
that. We did notice.
I noted that you were unbelievably good at getting reverse in a car that you've never driven.
Well, I had one of these as a road car, so I knew my way around a little bit. It did help me.
No. We're actually keeping an eye too. While this red flag's out, the supercar drivers are meeting the fans in the indoor paddock. David Reynolds and Shay Davies spending some time to sign a few autographs, of course, before this afternoon's final race of the championship. Of course, Webby, if you're still with us there, Will Davison has had his first year with you in the Sticks car, a win at Bathurst, strong run down in Tassie. A couple of struggles during the year, but nevertheless, are you happy with the supercar season for Tekno this year?
Yeah, I think all in all, it can't really complain. I mean, we've won a few races, done a few good things, but probably not quite as much silver as we'd like during the year. But now I think the team's understanding Will, he's understanding us, that we'll kick on next year and try and pick up a few more and give SVG, try and take that #1 off him.
Well, you might not have to, because he's talking about not running the #1 next year. He's talking about sticking with 97.
Yeah, he does love his 97. Obviously, it's gone way, way back. It certainly something that was in the contract when he was riding with us, had to have that no matter what. So I'd be interested to see whether he does or not.
Are you going to come back and do the Enduros again next year?
Oh, look, I think I will. The boys seem to be reasonably keen to have me back. I didn't make any silly mistakes this year, so I'll come back and try again.
All right, mate, we'll let you relax and chill out and wait and see what unfolds here while we're under this red flag here at Sydney Olympic Park. That shot of the indoor paddock here at Sydney Olympic Park that we've had since 2009, and this will be something we really miss. This is something completely unique to this event, where all the teams, the cars, the transporters are housed. The fans can get up close and personal with all of them in this very unique precinct, which earlier in the year you buy your show bag from in here, but when we get here in December, it's about seeing the freight of the Supercars Championship. The reason why the Toyota 86 race has been declared is because of this accident on the first corner of the first race. All the drivers involved seem to be okay. Alex Davison was tapped into a spin, and then from there on, total chaos. Matthew Brabham launched into the air. Graham Smith was involved as well. 6 or 7 cars were involved in this accident. The first half of the field managed to get through okay. And because of the damage, because of the debris, because of the damage to the circuit and the clean-up required, the race has been declared. Will Brown is the Toyota 86 champion. This is what unfolded with Matthew Brabham. Watch this. Violent accident for the American-based Australian, who can only put his hands in the air and wonder what on earth just happened there. This is Alex Davison in car 42. It all seemed okay until that bit, and that triggers all sorts of carnage behind. So 2 of the 3 invited drivers are involved in this accident, which has declared this race. It has been called. It will not be restarted. They have one more race to go.